What's that?
Well, good evening. This is the second day of our Valentine's Serenade week. And the song we're going to do tonight, Joe just played a little taste of it. It was from the show Babes in Arms, published in 1937, with Lorenz Hart as the writer and Richard Rodgers the composer.
What's it called?
And it's called Where or When.
I thought it was.
And it was in this show, and it was first performed by Ray Heatherton and Mitzi Green.
Who's Ray Heatherton?
Ray Heatherton, for all us old-timers and New Yorkers, was the Merry Mailman for years on CBS in the morning. Kids loved him.
Early TV.
And his daughter, Joey Heatherton, went on to become an actress.
Right.
Somewhat quite different than her father's Merry Mailman.
I think so. She was a buster.
Yes. So that's what we're doing tonight. And we hope you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah. And there's a lot of fun stuff connected with this song and the show it was in, Babes in Arms. Babes in Arms was about a bunch of Long Island kids, not today's Long Island kids. These kids' parents were vaudevillians, and their parents were out on the road trying to keep vaudeville going and raise money and make a living. But the local sheriff thought, well, these are children who are not able to support themselves, and he wanted to send them to the work farm.
Ooh.
The work farm.
Ooh.
And their idea, the kids, was, teenage kids, let's put on a show. This, by the way, is where that begins, okay? The whole let's put on a show deal, whether in a barn or my dad's garage or what is it. When the movie was made of it a few years later...
What was the reason they put the show on?
To raise money to prove they could support themselves.
Right.
It was all sanitized, and nobody was in that kind of economic pressure or whatever. It was all very happy with Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney. This show had 5 standards in it. Songs that make the American Songbook. Where or When, My Funny Valentine, The Lady is a Tramp, Poor Johnny, One Note, and I Wish I Were in Love Again, or it goes something like that. And so that's dynamite, you know, to write a show
with that many songs that are
that last, right? That people are playing 50, 80 years later, all right? So
I don't think they do that much anymore.
Rodgers and Hart met at Columbia University in 1919. They went to college during the post-World War I era. Richard Rodgers had been a musical director for Lou Fields, part of the vaudeville team of Weber and Fields, and Lou's daughter Dorothy became a major lyricist writing popular music.
We
so
did
I
a couple
imagine
of her
Richard
songs.
Knew Dorothy at the time, I'm supposed.
And Richard Rodgers was the other half of Rodgers and Hammerstein in later years.
You have to listen closely, because we have to sing this in a key that's kind of low where we can sing it. Otherwise, we won't reach the top. It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when. The clothes you're wearing are the clothes you wore. The smile you were smiling, you were smiling then, but I can't remember where or when. Some things that happen for the first time seem to be happening again.
And so it seems that we have met
before, and laughed before, and loved before, but who knows where or when. though it seems that we have met before, and laughed before, and loved before, but who knows where or when.
I knew you looked familiar.
And so It
We
goes.
end our evening wishing you a good evening. It's snowing here again tonight,
that's our number 3 Valentine's. It's kind of a mysterious sound about where or when.
and I have a funny story to tell you.
Hmm.
Laura is away,
Yeah.
our daughter. So we are in charge of the dogs when she's gone.
And the whole house.
So it was time to feed the dogs, and I went across to Laura's kitchen, all my stuff ready, fixed the dogs'
Is
food.
this going to be too long?
No,
all
sit
right.
down like I usually do with them to make sure that nobody's taking somebody else's food.
Right.
And
Other
when I
groups.
thought they had got an appropriate amount done, I got up and came back to our kitchen to bring back stuff I had taken over to feed them.
Right.
And I no sooner get in my kitchen than I'm hearing this man's booming voice.
Yes.
Hey! And I'm thinking, where the heck is that coming from? There's nobody in the
And-
house but Joe and I.
In English.
And I hear it again. Well, we have a latch on our bedroom door so the dogs can't get in and sleep on our bed,
Right.
which they want to do at times. Well, I had latched it coming back from
Not
Laura's side,
unbeknownst to
not
me.
knowing that Joe was in there.
Right.
So it's a good thing because I opened the door and he looked so relieved. I think he was afraid he
I
was going
looked
to spend the
elsewhere,
night
too.
standing in the doorway.
This is how she's telling the story.
But
You know,
now let me tell you, it was an honest mistake. I would
Hulk
never
would
do
have ripped down the
never
door
do
and
that
mow
to
it.
him. Never do. I've had feelings sometimes, but I would never do it.
good night.
Good night, and be good to each other.